Okay, this is a Diamond 1 game, and we're reviewing Twist. He says that he can't find a proper position and rotation. He kind of feels stuck. So already we've made two challenges that are just not ideal. I could see you going for this one just for security. I would probably do the same thing, just put my car up and let my teammate have it, but just in case I want to block my teammate or the other guy. That's fine. But as soon as we land, we should recognize what we should do and what's like the best situation. So for me, I would start turning back and go back towards net because that's just the safest option. Um, and the reason why is because I want to be able to see what's going on. I want to hold on to the center as long as I can, which just means staying in the center because that's where the most dangerous lane is. If you draw a triangle between the ball and the front post, the ball and the back post, that's where we want to be at any given time when we don't know the current situation. It's a great defensive position to be inside that triangle. So notice how we could stay in that triangle just how you are, and we can just come back and rotate back. Even if our teammate's behind, you don't have a lot of boost. It's still kickoff. It's not beneficial for you to pressure it because you're going to lose it either way. So the most useful position is to wait for that ball to come to you. So I would try and so now we're outside that triangle, and we kind of give him a free pass. But if we would have stayed right where we were, he's coming right at us. So even if we would have came back here, been in this position, now we can just challenge it right here and hopefully get a touch on it. But the reason why Shylock can't get to it is because he's too far back. So we could have definitely interfered in this play just by staying in the play. If we don't know where to go, let's just hold the center, stay back until that ball comes to you, because wherever the ball is, they're going to try and shoot on target, which is why it's so important to stay here, especially if you have low boost and you don't really know where to go off kickoff. So for example, right here, I wouldn't be pushing out because you don't have any boost. And it's just simply knowing that it's not worth it. So another thing to recognize is what is a dangerous ball. If this ball's coming off the wall into this corner, and he's coming from the center and he's hitting it to the side, it's not going to be a threat. It's not a shot on target. He's going to hit it off the wall, and it's going to come back to that area we just left. So if I was you, I would just stay back here, let my teammates handle it, and I would just wait. And I would wait, and then, okay, Bach got it. Okay, I would start to push up a little bit, and now I want to be right here because we want to cover the majority of the field. And I know that if I'm pushing up here, my teammate's going to be to my left or behind me. So I'm going to let him have that. Um, so this is fine. We're shadowing. This is nice. That's good. You're keeping the pressure on. This is nice. And it's important. It's very important to try and get the best challenge possible. So you have to be really deliberate whenever you challenge this ball. Take a look at it for a quick second. I mean, this guy's going to touch it to the side, but it's guaranteed he's going to touch it to the side. He can no longer turn it towards the middle, so I can just start pushing him to the outside and get an even better challenge. It's the right idea, which is nice. You're pressuring, buying your teammates time, just messing with the play. Um, right here, recognize that this ball is awkward for you to hit, which means it's awkward for the defense to hit too. That means what you could do instead. This is great that you got the challenge and the ball is going up the wall and you're bumping them or whatever. But instead of following it because it's off the wall, what I really like to do is get off the wall, turn back around, get back on the ground as soon as I can, and let this blue guy hit it. Because you did a great job of pressuring them, but right here, you're the one that hit it into him, and then that made it a stronger clear than it had to be. If you let him hit it by himself, I guarantee you it would drop right here. We can go on the wall and we can recontest and still keep possession and buy our teammates time. So this is like a big tip. If it's a hard ball for you to hit, and it's in their half, it's more of an advantage to get back down on the ground and punish them for not making a good clear. From that angle, it's nearly impossible to get it past the halfway line because it's so high up. They have to hit it down. So you just need to recognize that, okay, the ball's up the wall. I'm going to come back down, wait right here. He's going to hit it back, and I'm going to recontest. So knowing when to go for the second ball is really important. Really good pathing. So I'm really happy that you got down the center. You didn't go for any boost pads. You just got back as quick as you could. The only thing that you could have done a little better is like find a line of boost pads, but the important thing is to get out of your way for your teammates. So this is great that you're behind them. You're seeing if you can make a play on the ball. It didn't happen, that's fine, and you came back towards the center, getting out of your way for your two teammates, which is really good. Perfect. Okay, this is amazing. This is exactly what you want to look for every single time. So you have 12 boost, or hardly any, which is great because you don't need a lot of boost to be in a good position. So this is a really good habit that a lot of diamonds don't have, which is playing with low boost. But notice how you're coming from the center, like I'm talking about. You have a proper amount of spacing in between you and your teammate. Threes is all about spacing, so you want to make sure that the space in between y'all, you're covering a lot of the portions of the field. We don't have two people covering the same portion. We have a nice little triangle that I really like. You're the third man. And what I like the third man to do is have ample space so that when that ball is finally lost in between your teammates, because Bach is going to be too close. This is a terrible angle for Bach to challenge, and this is a great angle for you to challenge. You come from the center, and you can make a really nice 50-50. 50-50s are always going to go well if you come from your own center. 50-50s goes bad whenever you come from the outside, and they are coming from the inside because now it's pinching back towards your goal. But if you come from the middle, it's either going to pinch to the side or you're going to win it, and it's going to be good for you. So I want to see that exact play, this from the time you landed, going back, getting into position as quick as you can, staying in the play, recognizing when your teammate lost it, challenging it from the center, and getting a good challenge. That's perfect. So this is very nice. Okay. First thing is first. First thing is recognizing time. You beat the players, and you just need to keep track of the players that you beat. So you see the two blue players in front of you, and you see a blue triangle in the net. So you know that it's a 1v1 right now because there's only one player left. You just beat two. But he's staying in the net because it's threes and he's not pushing out. And even though you have zero boost, you can still take your time if you really need to. And let this bounce. Because if you let this bounce, you could just drive up with zero boost and do the same play. But what I want you to recognize is be careful rushing it because it's good that you ended up landing properly and getting the soft touch for the good pass. But let's just make sure that we are in full control whenever we have that time and space, that we're making the best pass possible. You end up recovering and making a really nice pass, and that's why you guys got the goal. But it all stemmed from you rotating from the top, coming back to the center, playing smart as a third man, making a good challenge, and making a really nice pass at the very end of it. Okay, so now you're the second man. Let's see. This is really nice spacing as a second man. I always like to cheat over to the same side as the ball, and I like to find this diamond. So if I'm around this diamond, I know that the ball is going to come to me because the most dangerous ball is for my player to lose that ball behind him, and now you can keep it in play. If the ball is out in the middle, you can still round out from here and make a straight line. I like to find straight lines to the ball. So if it's a short pass or if the defense clears it, if you're sitting out here, you have a straight line from you to the ball to the net. You don't have to be in the center having to go out just to shoot the ball back in. I like to find a straight line because that's the easiest hit. And this is fine. You're in the right position. The only difference is right here you need to recognize that the blue team is simply closest to the ball. So I would put on my brakes, not fully commit, wait for him to make that touch, and now I'm going to challenge it and win the ball. And it's just looking ahead of you and being honest with yourself. He made a soft touch. He's right under the ball. There's two teammates next to him. Put on your brakes right here. Let him make that touch. Now challenge him and now win the ball. Because I guarantee you that guy's going to make that touch whether you fully pressure him or not. But the less times that we can challenge 100% and now we're landing behind them, the less times that we can do that, the better, because all this time to come back is wasted seconds in the game. And it can add up to over a minute in game that you could have been doing something else rather than just driving back to our own net. So we want to make, you're in the right position, but now we need to do the second part, which is judge the situation. If that blue team, if, for example, if that guy made that hit and he kind of landed upside down and these two players were somewhere else on the field, then yes, I want you to commit 100% because it's guaranteed your ball. But when it's really uncertain, you want to just hold the pressure, stay in between them, wait for them to make a bad touch, and now pressure them. But our teammates behind us, which is really nice. So you're doing the great job of coming back, and your pathing and you're like I really like the fact that as soon as you're done with the play, you turn around and you get back into play as fast as you can. That's nice. We could do it a little faster. We want to go full speed. 10 boost and a flip will get you full speed. And again, as you come back, look for boost pads. That is something I'm saying that you're not really doing. So as you landed out here, find this line. You'll get 50 boost and you'll get a wonderful position. So instead of being where you are, you could have been over here already and you could have just waited. So from this position, I would hold that position, wait, let him hit it. Now I would follow him and now I would challenge it. At the end of the day, we don't really want to worry about a ball that is along the sideline because we care about the center. We don't care about the sideline too much. And we don't want to accidentally hit it from the sideline. We don't want to accidentally hit, because if you were to hit that ball, now it's bouncing here, and now next is going to have a really nice shot on goal. We want to let the blue team do that work for us. We want to hold the center. When he's approaching that corner, we can pressure him and win it on the wall or in the corner because we have a teammate in the back. So the key takeaway to this was when you get back, let's look for a line of boost pads. If you land in the center, look for the center. On the right side, you have an arc over here. You have an arc over here. At the very most, let's look for a mid boost. But first and foremost, wherever we land, let's look for boost pads and getting back to the center. So you're doing the right idea, but we don't want to worry about the sidelines. Let's get back to the center as much as we can before we turn around. Okay, that's fine. Teammate knocks off. Now let's see what you do here. Right idea, right idea. So right here, you're the closest one to the ball, and I want to see how you're going to approach this. I don't mind you going for this boost because it's pretty beneficial, but I would highly recommend as soon as you grab that boost to cut the corner. So let's leave this space for our teammates who are rotating back because they're going to have a nice angle to approach that ball and go out. If you approach this ball from here, you have a very limited options what you can do with it, and more than likely you're going to hit it either directly to the center for a pass for them, or you're going to accidentally hit into the wall and it's going to go back to them. So it's a really bad idea to get stuck in this corner. I cut the corner. As soon as I grab that mid boost, I want to shoot out back towards the middle, and I would float around here. Since I have a teammates in the back, and I know that they're going to be there, there's no point in me actually going back into the goal with them. But I can at least wait inside this diamond so I can be the first one out if we're able to clear it, or if there's a contest in the center, or if it switches, you can be from this center spot. Leave these guys to cover the goal. We don't need 3 people in the net, but we don't need you in the corner either. So I would cut the corner and come back to this position. So instead of being in this situation, I would be, instead of being in that corner, you could have already been rotating back right here, so that when that ball hits, now you can see that your teammate's there, and now you can go back to the goal, and now you can get that save. So again, what that's going to look like from way up top is I don't mind you going for this boost if you need that boost, but now we're using 10 boost. We do a flip, we're out in the center, we wait to see what happens. He gets a hit, we're going back to the net, now he shoots it, now we block it. So again, we want the ball's always going to come to the center. So after you're done grabbing whatever edge, middle boost, cut the corner, get back to the center. Wait to see if your teammate pushes up. If they do, now you cover the net, and now you can get the easy block. Let's take a look at this pathing. Good. So you are doing it. You did grab boost pads. You do find the full line. You're going at full speed. This is nice. But again, let's get out of this corner and let's try and, instead of doing that last flip, as soon as you hit that center, let's get back to the center and rotate behind our teammates so that we can cover them. So instead of being stuck in the outside, you could be coming back towards the center and you could be coming from this position. And if I was you, I would wait to see what happens, right? So see, in this situation, like, okay, he pushes that ball, so I can be the second man and push up from this position. And now I can really pick and choose. I wouldn't necessarily challenge this right here because if you lose it, now we have this situation, which is really unfortunate because we don't have that third man to support us in the very back, which is where I want the third man to be. He pushed up out here. But we don't need to challenge that in that corner. We have, when that ball is in his corner, again, the blue team is the closest one to the ball. Let's give him that respect. Let's hold this diamond instead. Let's wait for him to make that touch. When he makes that touch, now we challenge it, and now we contain them in their second half. So we want to be more, we want to challenge it when they get to the center, but we want to challenge it once they made a bad touch, so that it's more guaranteed that we're gonna get the ball. Right here, I can't tell what's gonna happen. Blue team's too close to it, and he has full control over it. He makes a bad touch. Now I can challenge it. Now I can win it. Yeah. So this is all because when you pushed up, we didn't keep track of our teammates. So let's see if you could see what's going on. Because the biggest part in playing threes is knowing what position you're supposed to be in. The first man on the ball, the second man, or the third man. So as we rotated back, you could tell that you could see both our teammates, right? And we can tell that we have one guy on the ball and our other teammate is rotating back to the net. So that does tell us that we can push up, but because I don't want to just I don't want to always rely on my teammate to cover me. I want to do my best to make sure that I cover my own ass. So instead of challenging this, what you can do to cover yourself and to make sure that your decision is not as punishable is just wait, hold up, get the second ball, challenge them when they get close to the center, so that allows your teammate to know, like, okay, he's holding that spot, I can rotate back and I can get back. But, like, yes, Bach on your team should have been in this position so he could challenge it already. But we can't always rely on that. We could have definitely been responsible for our own actions and held up back here and made a better challenge so that we didn't just give him the free ball. And this is all focusing on what we could do. At the end of the day, we want to think about what we could have done regardless of what our teammates did. I firmly believe that if you play strong as a third man in threes, you could easily get to champ all by yourself just by being really strong in the back. So for example, right here, you're the third man. You see both your teammates ahead of you. There's no reason to move from this position when it's in your half. You should hold this position as long as you can, behind the line, facing forward, and you should just wait. So if I was you, I would wait back here, and I would just wait. And when that ball is coming, now I come here, and now I get the clear I want. So again, we want to hold the center. The center is where the ball is going to be, and we don't want to be eager to leave it unless we have a big clear and we're going the other way. So all this can be avoided just by holding that center longer and making better clears rather than just hitting it into the wall, because as soon as you hit into the wall, you give it right back to the blue team, and that's not beneficial. So hold that center, let the ball come to you, and then we can react. And this is better. Look, already once you spawn and you're holding the center and you're very slow and you're coming from a nice angle, now you have all the time in the world to boost towards the ball, get the hit you want. And this is what I want you to find. So this is the only second time that it's happened where you're actually in a good position and you're able to do what you want with the ball. And it looks like it ends up in us getting a goal. So again, you carry that play all by yourself just by being central, letting the ball come to you, and getting the hit that you want. And even right here, not only are you getting boost, but you're also reading where the ball is going to be, and you're giving yourself ample space so that when that ball is hit, you can line it up and get the exact hit you want. And it's a really clean hit, and you get the goal, which is really nice. So that's what we want to look for again. The first time was the first goal, actually, where you came all the way back and you came from this position, you made a good challenge, you followed it up, and you made a good pass. And we got a goal in the first, part of the game. We got the second part of the game because, again, you were the only one. It all came from the third man position. You made a soft hit, you read the play, it came to you, you gave a lot of space so that you could react properly, and you got the really clean hit, and you got your second goal. So you made two good plays, and you made from two proper positions, and you got two goals from it, which just goes to show that when you're in the right position, it really helps out. And you're already doing it, but you're only doing it for those two times in the game. We just need to recognize when we can do it every time. So this is fine for you to go for because you have your teammates behind you. It's not that big a deal. Now let's see how you rotate back. So this is something different. You know what I was saying, when you're the closest one, you might as well turn. I know that you have zero boost right now, but that shouldn't matter. So you know that if you could have just stayed right here, let's even see how much boost you have. You have zero. All right, that's fine. But even with zero, you can turn right here, and you can just drive towards them and just contain them. That will tell your teammate, hey, I got the ball, you don't need to go for it, because it's a wasted time, and it gives them all that time to control it from you leaving and this guy pushing. That's wasted time. It's much more efficient for you to stay here and just turn on it and already be challenging the ball. Because now look, now you're still grabbing boost, and now we have that big gap, and now that we're giving them all that control. So that could all be avoided just by turning right here. Even though you have no boost, it doesn't matter. You're the closest one to the ball. It's not ball chasing. You're just the most efficient. This is the most efficient play. So just turn at it and challenge them right here and make it uncomfortable for them. Again, we want to be careful with these challenges along the edge because we shouldn't care about the edge. We should care about the sides. I agree that Bach should not be coming back here. He should be holding. If I was Bach, I would be right here, waiting to see what happens. If I was you, I would let him have the side and not challenge this ball because, again, if I accidentally hit it, now we're scoring on ourselves. We're gonna, it's a lot more dangerous. Let's let him have that ball. Let's hold the center. If he was to still have that ball, now it's rolling along the wall. Bach will probably turn on it. I can recognize Bach is there, and now I can rotate behind him, and now we can just clear it from the corner. But if we challenge it from the sides, again, it's going to go to the middle, and that's not what we want. This is fine. You're the third man, whatever. That's fine. Good. That's fine. Let's see what you do. You should stay in this position until the ball's cleared. You should not be pushing this at all because it doesn't help us. Let your teammates have that space. You need to let your teammates work. So right here, I would let them do all that work. If you ever see two teammates ahead of you and you're in your own half, just be inside the goal. There's no other place you should be. That way we could always wait. I would wait. I would still wait. Now that ball's hit, now I got it, and now I get the clear, and look at that. It's an open goal. If you were to just hold it for another 5 seconds, now you have an opportunity for an easy goal. But instead, we're making a lot more harder on ourselves, and it's a lot harder to clear the ball. This is good spacing, but now you're the third man, so let's see how you adjust. This is nice. This is really smart. I would not go on that wall. Instead, let's not be so eager to leave the center. I would just keep on rotating back in the middle, and I would be in this position now. Which you are, which is nice. I would start to challenge this ball because, okay, so If you were doing this properly, instead of being right here, you'd be already over here, and I'd be waiting to see what happens. As soon as that bounce, I'm going to challenge this ball and get in his way because I'm waiting for them to lose possession, right? So I'm in that position. I wait. As soon as I see that he missed it, now I can pressure, and now I can make this guy really uncomfortable, and I could easily read where he's going to hit it. So again, what that looks like from all the way back here is as soon as we're here, you're in a good spot right here. I would not be eager. I would stay right here, and now I'm over here. Now I'm going to wait to see what happens. That ball doesn't hit. I'm pressuring, and I win the ball. This is a smart play from your position. You're in a bad position to challenge it, but again, let's cut the corner so that we don't get in the way because you're very close to fucking up Shylock's hit on the ball. But if we were more aware, we wouldn't be in this position at all. We would already be rotating back here. So notice how this is the difference. This one you're kind of forced to make a bad hit because you're so close. But if you were to give yourself that space just by waiting like you did earlier when you got the goal and you stay in that position, let him hit that ball, let it hit off the wall. When it comes down, go for the banger because you're going to be the first one to that ball. Again, we don't want to challenge it from the outside. This is bad pathing. We should cut the corner a long time ago. We should be in the net. We shouldn't be leaving it. I wouldn't challenge this on the wall. I'd hold the center. Which you were holding the center, but then you left it. So if you just would have stayed right here, check this out. You're just not using any boost, just waiting. That ball gets hit. Now you can jump at it, and now you make an easy save. This is good. You're being patient, you're holding the center, and you're the third man. This is nice. That's fine because now your teammate's behind you. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's take a look at where we could have interfered with this play. So right here, I would stay back here, hold my boost. Right now you have 33 boost, which is more than enough for a defensive play. So I would hold this position with 33 boost, and I would just wait. That ball gets hit, I would start to look right here. If he hits that ball, now I'm here, and now I get the easy clear. Um, so again, I would just hold this spot. It's in the corner, don't care about it. That ball's hit. I would jump at it with my teammate just for security and make sure that I hit that ball. So, that's basically the end of the game. Let's recap real quick about what we need to focus on. The center is the most important position in threes. The third man is the most important position in threes as well. Spacing is the most important thing to have with your teammates. So, if you see two teammates ahead of you and you're in your own half, get behind the line, hold the center, and you should only be moving inside this little arc until that ball is perfect and you find the great angle, the easiest angle for you to clear the ball. If you can just do that, you're golden. Some real good positives. There was times where every single time that you're off the ball, you're trying to get back as quickly as you can. Keep on doing that. Do it even faster. Use 10 boosts, do a flip, do 2 double flips until you have those little streams behind your tires so that you know you're going full speed. When you are coming back, let's look for boost pads so that we can get back, get central, and then turn around. Because the 2 goals that we had was because you came back from a rotation, you held the center, you let the ball come to you, you made an easy challenge, and then you followed it up for an easy goal. The other times, we were stuck in our half because no one was holding the center. And you could do that all by yourself. You could hold the center, let your teammates go back and forth, they're basically not helpful anyways. But it doesn't really matter. The ball's eventually going to come across to the center. We just have to wait for it and just make easy clears all day long. In the offense, you were doing it already by looking for those diamonds. If you're the second man on the ball, look for these diamonds. If it's on the right side, look for this diamond. If it's on the left side, look for this diamond, and wait to see what happens. If he loses the ball, let's get that. Let's get the ball immediately and put it back into the play. If the ball is coming off the wall, let's try and go for it if you think that you can get it. If you think you can't get it, let's wait in that position, let the defense clear it to you, and now you can get the easy hit. So either way, the ball's going to come to you. It's either going to come from your teammate or from the other team, but it's going to come to you if you just wait inside this diamond. If you're the third man, let's get even more space. If the ball's up here, let's hold it all the way back here. Let's be central. Let's not be on this wall. Let's not be on this wall. If you're the third man, try and play inside this V. If you can play inside this V, you're going to find a lot easier opportunities. The ball is going to come right to you, and you're going to be able to dictate whatever you want to do with the ball. Just like when that ball came down in the center for the second goal, it's all because you had space and you let the ball come to you. So be really patient to move out of this position as a third man. If your two teammates are ahead of you, you don't have to do anything. You can just wait until that ball comes to you. The other thing we mentioned is if we're the first man and we lost the ball and we're rotating back and we're the closest one, even if we have zero boost, let's turn on the ball and let's try and make a play, because you're the closest one to the ball, and you can take away their possession all the way from up there with zero boost, and you can let your teammate hold the space behind you, just in case you lose it. So again, third man, let's look for this V and let's hold the center, and let's be very cautious from leaving this V. Second man, let's look for the diamonds. If you're the first man, do your best to get a pass or make it awkward for them or get a shot. If you're rotating back as the first man, let's look for, if and the ball's next to us, let's turn on that ball and let's challenge it. Those are the three things you should be looking for as the first man, second man, and third man. And in every position, recognize when you have time and space. If you have time and space, the ball's rolling at you, go for the easiest, simplest hit. Let's not go for an air drag. Let's just go for a banger from here, shooting and placing it in the net. That's all I got for you for now, and thank you.